I have no idea what look I want to go for today. The only thing I know is that I want to reach for my Norvina Volume 5 palette. So it's definitely gonna be purple. Maybe it's gonna be another festival look or a summer look, a party look. It's gonna be fun because this palette is fun and it's one of the best palettes I own. So I definitely should use it more often. First I need to prime my lids. I'm going to use the Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer from Too Faced. I applied a little bit too much. Anyway. Let's start slow and apply a transition shade because I don't necessarily know where I'm going to go with this. I'm gonna reach for the shade B3 and I'm actually gonna mix it with a little bit of the white, which is the A1 shade. I really like this shade because it leans a little bit more blue than pink. And I'm using a Morphe 506 brush. If you mix any shade with a white, you kind of turn it a little bit more pastel-like. So I mixed it in order to lighten it up a little bit so it's not too dark in my crease. I forgot how pigmented this is. I told you this is one of my best palettes actually. Anyways, I'm starting from the outer corner and then I'm bringing it into my crease. Actually gonna dust off the excess a little bit. There is so much pigment in this palette. I'm gonna bring it all the way to the inner portion of my crease. And then I'm kind of blending it outwards using little circular motions. Okay, what should I use to darken my outer corner a little bit? Maybe I'm gonna reach for C3 here. It again seems to be more of a grape shade, so it's a little bit more blue than pink. And I'm using a Morphe 507 brush. I'm gonna tap it into my outer corner. And I'm placing it in an angled shape, kind of tilted towards the end of my brow. And I'm gonna need my previous brush. I'm gonna apply no additional product on the brush. I'm just gonna use it to diffuse the edges of this darker purple. I am gonna darken my lash line even a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go for E5 here. And I'm using a Morphe M149 brush. It's a really small pencil brush. I'm just gonna use this shade at the base of my lashes and focusing it on the outer corner of the eye. To kind of lift my outer corner visually a little bit and also create a tiny extension in my outer corner. But I'm gonna take a little bit of the previous shade on the Morphe 507 brush that I used, and I'm gonna use it to diffuse this. I don't want it to look like a wing liner, I just want some shadows. I want everything to be really well blended. And I think I'm gonna need a little bit more of that transition. So I'm gonna mix these shades again. And I'm gonna need it especially in the outer corner to really diffuse these shades. Okay, I think I just got an idea of what I want to do. So on the upper lid I'm going to apply purple, and on the lower lid I'm going to apply gold. I think this is gonna turn out really pretty, but let's see. I'm gonna pick the shade A3 on a flat brush. This is a Morphe 124. I'm gonna start from the inner portion of my lid and dragging it towards the center of the lid. I think I'm gonna dip in with my finger to make it a little bit more vibrant. And I will go over the lash line with whatever is left on my small brush. I'm gonna do the face makeup before I go back to the eyes and finish the lower lash line. I'm gonna go for the L'Oreal Infallible 32-Hour Matte Cover Foundation. It's one of the few that I have that's actually close to my shade, so I just don't feel like mixing two foundations this morning, so I'm just gonna go for this one. And I will use a sponge to blend it in. I avoided my under eyes with the foundation because I'm going to go for concealer on my under eyes. I don't like applying too many layers to avoid creasing on my under eyes. So I'm just gonna go with the concealer, which is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser. I have the shade Neutralizer here. And I will be using the same sponge. I'm going through the face makeup so fast because I think the highlight of this look is actually the eye makeup. But I will apply a little bit of powder on my under eyes. I'm using an eyeshadow blending brush. And I'm using my RCMA No Color powder. And I'm stamping it all over my under eyes to avoid creasing again. For bronzer, I'm gonna go for my Catrice Sun Lover, which I mentioned a lot in my recent videos because I love it. It just warms up the skin really nicely without being too orangey toned, and it has a beautiful sheen to it. The blush is gonna be actually the blush from Essence. This is how this blush is called. And I'm stamping it a little above the bronzer. Last but not least, highlighter, I'm using the Maybelline Masterchrome, which I recently rediscovered it and I absolutely adore it. It's the shade Molten Rose Gold, by the way. Now that we got that out of the way, I think I passed through the face makeup in like 2 minutes. I will be going back to the eye makeup. Like I said, I want to apply a gold on my lower lash line. I think I'm gonna go for A2. And again, I'm gonna need a flat brush. I have a precision shader from Makeup Addiction here. I'm gonna make sure to dust off the excess from the brush so it doesn't fall on my face. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start from my inner corner. And I'm gonna drag it all across my lower lash line. This has a pink tint, doesn't it? I think it has some pink reflections. It's funny to me how I discover my palettes 2 years later. But this is definitely not as gold as I hoped it would be, so I'm gonna... let's see... maybe I will reach for a little bit of C4 as well. Although this seems to be pretty pink as well. But I'm gonna apply it on the outer part of my lower lash line. And I'm kind of bringing it inwards. I'm gonna need something on the waterline though. I think I'm gonna go for this Sephora Collection pencil in the shade Coconut. That is cute. In my mind it would have been way more gold. But I think this is nice as well. I'm gonna finish off the look with lashes, but first I am curling them. I don't mean false lashes, I mean mascara. This is not a day where I am in the right mental state to apply false lashes. Talking about mental state, has any of you watched Queen Charlotte? Because I did. I actually finished it last night. Let's just say that I'm not well at the moment after watching that series. It did make me very emotional, not gonna lie. By the way, I'm using the Sky High mascara from Maybelline. Okay, I finished the other half of my face and now I can do my lips. I am going to go for the NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Beige. First, making sure that there is no Vaseline on my lips because the pencil kind of slips on that moisturizing texture. And I'm doing a little bit of overlining in the center of my lip. And then filling in the corners. And then I'm gonna finish off with this shimmer balm. And that is all. This is the final look. Had no idea what I was gonna do today, but I do like the look that I came up with. I hope you like it as well. I definitely should reach for my Norvina Volume 5 palette more often. Even though it's a great palette, obviously there's not a lot of variety. It's just mainly purple, so whenever I'm doing a purple look I already reach for that palette. But it's just, I don't think I do purple looks that often, probably. But I do want to get back into more colorful looks, especially since summer is here. I think they're really fun, and makeup is supposed to be fun. Life is supposed to be fun. I am again going a little bit too deep into things. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye!